Now continuing on. Also, I want to go back to, well, there was this time, a little bit ago, Whoopi Goldberg kept on mentioning that Sarah Palin's a heartbeat away from being president. To me, it's like she's expecting McCain to just die just because he's 72 years old. She thinks he's gonna go in there, die, and then Palin has to be president. So what's wrong if Sarah Palin is president, is one. And two, why is she expecting McCain to die just because he's 72? Just because he might be sick? I mean, okay, if he's sick, that shouldn't matter. My grandfather, he was having kidney problems, had to go on dialysis. And it was like, I don't know how old he was when he started the dialysis, but it was for a couple of years. And he didn't die till he was 84. 72, 84, there's quite a difference there. At least 10 years difference. And she's expecting McCain to die. That's not fair. Plus, I think she needs to look back at history. Yes, we all know Ronald Reagan was the oldest president ever in office. He was 69 when he was in office. And he came out at around the age of 77. Then after that, he lived to be 93 years old. In all honesty, that's age discrimination. People may have forgotten about age discrimination existing, but I gladly bring it back and put it out there. One party wants to say racism, the other one should say age discrimination, if that's the case, and sexism. They have more things to talk about than the Democratic Party. And Senator Obama plays that race card a lot. But you see, Whoopi, Barbara, and Joy shouldn't talk about age. It's like the pot calling the kettle black. Whoopi Goldberg is supposedly 52 years old. Joy Behar is supposedly 66 years old. And then there's Barbara Walters. She's supposedly 79 years old. Each of them might be much older than that. They look older than that, that's for sure. So, there's that. Also, way earlier this year, maybe during the primaries, I think, John McCain was on The View. And Whoopi Goldberg... Look, I just messed up her name. Whoopi Goldberg, she bluntly asked McCain if she would have to worry about being back in slavery. I fear that she's forgetting one very important thing. Not only, as it is obvious, that the person who abolished slavery was a white man, but it was Abraham Lincoln, who was also a Republican. I guess to me that means that if President Bush was alive back then, and he was president, then they wouldn't have voted for Lincoln and slavery wouldn't have been abolished. Because according to them, President Bush is the one who drove the economy down into the dumps as it is right now. And according to them, because of Bush, all of this chaos and trouble is happening. So imagine, slavery would not have been abolished when it was. It might have taken a much later turn if apparently Bush was alive and supposedly caused all these problems. Just giving you all a bit of history here since you don't seem to know it very well. And I'm good in history. Now, what else do I have here? Let's see. Oh, right. Elizabeth wore a McCain shirt. A McCain t-shirt on The View. And apparently some of the audience had a problem with it and emailed it in. Now, I'm not sure if it was really the audience or if it was Joy and Barbara who had the problem. But either way, what's wrong with that? Elizabeth made a very good point when she was defending herself on that. One, there's no little kids in the audience. Two, I don't see what it matters. I mean, this is her expressing who she's voting for. She's proud of the party she's voting for. And so, she wants to put it out there. Wear a t-shirt. Support them even more. If Barbara, Sherry, Joy, and should Whoopi have been there, all been wearing Obama t-shirts, then no one would have a problem with it. So, stop talking about Elizabeth and her McCain t-shirt. And this should possibly wrap up what I have to say about The View. Also, I think it was Joy that said this. She said that we've just heard of Sarah Palin. Well, duh, of course we've just met her. Just heard of her. That's why you should give her a chance. I mean, you want to criticize her for every little thing when you know you've just met her. Because you just met her should not be the reason to criticize her. That should be the reason to give her a chance in what she's doing. Because apparently people knew of Senator Obama, it's okay to criticize him. You've known of him longer. You haven't known of Sarah Palin. You just met her, not even 3 months ago, and you're criticizing her badly? Being negative and rude with everything that you do? Come on now. I mean, if you ladies on The View see this, think before you talk. Obviously you don't. Now, another thing I wanted to mention was about Sarah Palin's daughter, Bristol, and Bristol's boyfriend, or I should say, fiancé, it seems, Levi. Now, people keep on coming down on Palin. They're talking about her daughter, Bristol, being pregnant. And most people, it seems, they're all acting as if Bristol is the first teen in the whole entire world or whole entire universe to ever get pregnant. But she's not. We all know this. I had some friends I never expected this to happen to, and they were pregnant at 17. I think one of them was at 16. So, stop coming down on the girl. So, she supposedly made a mistake. So what? Everyone makes mistakes. And then you're also talking about Sarah Palin saying that she's making Levi marry her daughter because of the baby. That's not true. Levi has expressed it clearly that him and Bristol wanted to get married. That they were planning on it. So leave them alone. And as well as leaving them alone, leave Sarah Palin alone. She's a good mother because she supports her daughter. She stands by her daughter. There's, some people that if they found out their daughter was pregnant, they would kick them out of the house. They wouldn't want anything to do with them. They'd say you're on your own because you got yourself into this mess. At least Sarah Palin's not doing that. She's being a good mother. She's staying beside her daughter. She's helping her daughter through it. She's there for her daughter. If you ask me, she's Mother of the Year.